Rhonda, what do you think you're doing, sitting there staring at your computer screen all day like that? Every single day, you never go out to work. Instead, just sit there playing around. Are you not embarrassed of yourself for being a total slack-off? No, actually, I'm getting work done from my laptop. None of what I'm doing on it is me playing around. Actually, I really don't want to be doing any of the work I have to do now, but I have to get it done or else the company will be very upset. Huh? The only use for a computer like that is to play games on, and I know for a fact you're not making any money playing those games on there. Do you have any idea what you're saying? No, this laptop is my work computer, actually. No gaming going on here. I only have software downloaded on it for work, and I wouldn't even be allowed to download a game on here anyway. Listen here, what people call work is something where you leave the house for the day to go do something that breaks a little sweat and come home to some money. As far as I'm aware, you sitting in this air-conditioned house staring at that computer all day is not work. Are you breaking a sweat? No, I didn't think so. Also, just recently you went overseas on vacation all by yourself, right? No, that trip had to do with work as well, actually. What work are you talking about? I know for dang sure you are using all of Jay's hard-earned money on going out and having fun. You should take a page from Jay's notes and work a little yourself, Missy. Wait, when it comes to Jay, that guy is always leaving the house with huge bags, heading off to work. That right there is a proper job. He goes out to sell things as his work. Do you even know what kind of work Jay does for his so-called job? I do. He is part of a really large and popular company. But besides that, I don't really care about all the finer details with what he's really doing there. He's working a job that even I can't fully understand when he tells me about it, which pretty much means he's working somewhere that only the elite can work. A large and popular company, huh? I'm not sure you're right about that one, but... Isn't he just the most amazing man? He was able to get into such a large company without even having to try during their hiring period. And as of right now, he's able to make $300,000 a month doing the extreme work he's there for. He's just like his late father was, so hard-working and never one to want to give up. Never had to try, you say? Well, I'm sure if that was the case, then he'd be pretty amazing. Now, where were we? Oh, right. You get out of that room right now and start getting some chores done around here. I want all the rooms vacuumed, the laundry washed and then dried, and I want you to start cooking dinner. Did you hear me? I want all of that started right now. You're the housewife, right? Right now I have some very important business to be attending to, Benita. When I'm finished with my work, I'll get right to those chores, so can you please just wait a few more hours? No! I'm asking you to get all the chores done now, so go! I'm asking you to please leave me alone for a few more hours. I can't leave my current work alone to go and do something else at the moment. Is that so? So you're going to be that selfish then, huh? Well then, I have no choice but to bring some force into this. What? Hold on. Did you just go and turn off the breaker to this house? I had to do it because you would not listen to what I was saying. Well, now that you're not going to be able to get anything done on that computer of yours, right? Now you get your butt out of that room and start cleaning the house. Understood? What have you done? I was just in the middle of some very, very important work. By the way, due to all the stress of having to deal with you, your pen that was out here on the coffee table is now broken in two. You left it in my way, so think twice before not cleaning up after yourself next time. Huh? That was one of my favorite pens! Dang it. Now I'm going to have to order another one of them. If you don't come out of that room right now, I'm going to start breaking other things in this house. Do you understand? I understand. Rhonda! It's nighttime now, and you're back to staring at that goddamn computer screen again. You should be out here spending time with your family, right? Hurry up and come to the living room right now. Well, the work that I wanted to get done during the day was cut short by someone in this house. Now I'm going to have to stay up all night trying to finish things. This is because of you, Bonita. What do you mean stay up all night? All you're doing is playing your stupid little video games on that dang computer, right? I am not playing any games on here. Go and ask your son about it and he'll tell you the exact same thing I am. I've already asked Jay about you, but that boy is too nice to you, and he would never say the truth about what you're doing. However, he did say to me that he doesn't like the fact that you're in your room all day on that computer. Excuse me? He said what? You cannot be serious right now. Listen to me, Bonita. For the sake of this family to be financially secure, the only person that's been thinking about this family's financial security has been Jay. He's up and out of bed every morning before sunrise, and he's off to work, not returning until the sky is pitch black. He really is just like his father, the perfect son. I am sorry that my work requires me to spend a lot of time on the computer and away from the family, but I really have a lot of work to get done now, so please just leave me be. I see. You want me to do it to you again, I suppose. What? No? Hold on a second. You just shut the breaker again to the house. Why the hell are you doing this to me? You are the worst. You come down here right now. All of the dishes from dinner are still in the sink and on the table and need to be cleaned. This is hell. When the hell am I going to be able to catch a frickin' break in this house? I'm glad that this time I backed up my work onto the cloud, but I am not going to sit here and listen to you wallow about on your stupid games. This serves you right.
Hey, are you still awake over there? You typing on your laptop over there is keeping me up, all right? Could you please type a bit more quietly so that I can get some decent sleep?
Why do I have to sit here and be interrupted by someone like you now? Ugh, I am so frustrated right now. I could break a dang window with my bare hands right now. That's how upset I am.
What has gotten into you? I think you're just overreacting a bit too much right now. If you go and break a window in this house, I'm going to have to kick you out of here.
I want to get the hell out of this house. I'm not even able to get my own job done in here anymore. Why the hell haven't you been on my side during this whole fight with your mom?
You can keep asking me that all you want, but I told you I have no say in the matter. I don't want to disappoint my mom.
Shut the hell up, Jay. I'm not going to be quiet about any of this anymore, okay? I'm going to go and tell your mom the truth tomorrow.
Now you hold your horses, Rhonda. Calm down a bit and just think all this through. Right now, I'm trying to be like the man my father was before he passed away. That my mom feels better about herself. I want her to think I'm just like him. An elite businessman that makes bank.
Do you think I freaking care about any of that? You and your ego has nothing to do with my job. How about instead of lying to her all the time, you actually gave a crap and started working a real job like me? Then you can actually be like your father was.
If I was able to make that happen, then I wouldn't be lying right now. I've learned the truth. That I'm not like my dad, though, and that I never got his genes.
Why are you sobbing about that like you aren't able to do any kind of work? I am tired of you trying to fool your mom into believing that you are some kind of amazing person, because it's causing me to look like I'm nothing to this family.
Rhonda, you really are such a selfish woman. Back when we first got married to one another, you were all about supporting me, right?
That's because back then you said that you had this dream of becoming like your dad and would start a business of your own and become successful. But look at you now. You not only have no business of your own, but you're not even working a job. You just leave the house to keep up this ruse that you're some kind of hard-working elite. All you really do out there is play around and spend my money. I'm not going to support someone like that.
What do you mean I'm going out to play and spend your money? I'm making money myself as well while I'm out.
I'm done here. You have too many excuses for me to want to sit here and listen to you. I can't take this anymore. I'm going to tell your mom everything about you, all right?
All right. I won't say anymore. Just get your work done, then go to bed, and by tomorrow you'll have your head back in order and be calmed down again.
I am calm right now, and my head is in order. Now, good night, Jay.
Ugh.
Bonita, I think you have really done it this time. Hitting me with that tray. That right there was taking things way too far. You think I've taken things way too far now? I've been wanting to do something like that to you for the longest time now. Sleeping on the couch in the living room like you don't have any responsibilities. Well, I had no other choice today. I'd been awake all night trying to get the work done that I was supposed to finish yesterday. And I'd finished all of the morning chores, so I thought I could get at least 10 minutes of sleep on the couch. I am not going to accept a housewife in my home who thinks it's okay to sleep on the job. If you try something sly like that again, I'm going to hit you in the head even harder. So I hope you've learned your lesson today. You're screwed up. That's it. I just can't do this anymore. What do you mean I'm screwed up? I was only hitting you in the head because you thought it was okay to sleep during chores when you were barely getting anything done anyway. If you're not even going to do your job as a wife now, then get out of this house. Then I'm going. And never come back to this place again.
Hey, are you really planning not to come back to the US? What am I going to do about the bills and rent?
I was told to get out of the house by your mom, so what other choice did I have? If you're worried about the bills and the rent, then why not pay them yourself?
This place is way too expensive for me to afford. I have no way of being able to pay the rent here. Listen, Rhonda, my mom thinks that I've been the one paying for everything here, and I want to keep it that way. So please, if you're not going to be coming back, at least give me the money to pay the rent.
You know for a fact that I'm going to say no to that crappy request. You are the one with the name on that place, so you should be able to pay for the rent and everything else.
You know already that I'm not able to afford any of this. What the hell am I supposed to do here?
Had you just told your mother the truth when I told you too long ago, none of this would have ever had to happen to you. I've had enough of playing along with the lies you keep trying to sell her, so you won't see me back there again.
You have to be joking. I'm not kidding. What the hell am I supposed to do? If I tell my mom the truth, she's going to be so sad. And if I keep trying to make it seem as though I'm an elite businessman, the only option would be to move out of this expensive place.
Why can't you just tell your mom the frickin' truth? Who cares if she's upset or not about it? If you are really that afraid of making her sad, then why did you never care about making me sad or not? Because my whole time there, I was completely and utterly upset with how I had to live. Well, anyways, I'm not coming back to that stupid house of yours. You figure something out on your own, all right?
But that's... No way.
Hey, you! What the hell are you thinking now? You took my son's money away from him. Excuse me? What are you talking about now, Bonita? Don't play dumb with me, Missy. Jay's been telling me he can't afford to pay the rent here. So I'm thinking that the moment you ran off and left this house, you took his money with you. That's what Jay is saying to me now as well. That prick. He's never going to stop lying about everything, is he? What lies? Are you going to try and tell me that my Jay is a liar now? Rhonda, who do you think it was that allowed you to live in a place like this and eat nice food and sleep in a warm bed? You come back here right now and give us his money back. Are you listening to me? Jeez. Understood. I'll start heading over there right now, and while I'm there, I'll explain every single thing to you. I don't care about your explanations. You hurry it up and get your lying butt over here right this instant. Hey, what the hell is going on here? You told me that my son is unemployed. What? That was as clear of an explanation of the situation I could make for you. You even saw the evidence I showed you, correct? I have been the one paying rent on the place this whole time. I even showed you my bank statements and everything to prove that. You are just trying to make things up to me to fool me. I'm not going to believe you for a second. How could my amazing and elite Jay ever be unemployed? And how the hell could a shut-in loser like you ever be able to pay for a huge place like this every month? I'm able to pay for it because I'm not some shut-in loser. I happen to run my own company. Huh? I currently am making $300,000 a month doing my work, and I mean it. Jay's not making that kind of money. I am. If you went and looked me up online, you'd be able to understand everything very quickly. Oh, no. A very young and upcoming top CEO in the US, making millions a year, and donates a lot of it to charity. What is all this? For my whole time living with you, I have been at home running a very successful company. I happen to have most of my employees come from overseas locations, and that's why I don't have an office building here in town. And that's why you'd go out on vacation overseas all the time? Yes. And all of that wasn't vacation, but for work, so that I could get things in order. So because of my work, I have been the one earning all the money in the household, not your son. No way. Are you kidding me? Then, well, what has Jay been doing? I see him leaving the house every day to go to work and bring home money for us. That prick goes out and buys old books and crap and marks it all up just a little in price and resells it. That's why he's always leaving the house so early in the morning. He needs to get to garage sales and things like that before anyone else does. There's no way he's doing that. My son is an elite man. I knew that you were just lying about all of this. You're just upset that someone like him is also a successful businessman and is likely going to become the CEO of the company he works for. Are you not embarrassed to be making lies about him like that when you yourself should be honest as a CEO? Everything I've told you about the both of us is true, whether you wish to believe it or not. I've even given you all the evidence of this, so why can't you believe any of it? All of that was made up by you, photoshopped or something. From what I've heard, your whole family is made up of poor people. I know that your parents especially are the least attractive people to this society, and probably were only barely managing to keep a roof over your head. You think I'm going to believe that someone with parents like them would be able to make a company where they can make $300,000 a month? Oh, why are you starting to make fun of my parents like that? I'm not making fun of them, I'm just telling the truth is all. And when it comes to the poor, they all just really love to lie. You want me to believe that my son is unemployed and that you are a CEO? No way in hell am I believing any of that. Is that so? Then go ahead and believe whatever pleases you. You friggin' lost cause of a shut-in. I stole your money, was it?
Wait, that was the only way I could explain any of this to her, right? And come on, she figured out that nobody could pay the rent in an instant, so that's kind of like you stealing money from me, right?
I am not screwing around. How much longer are you going to try and protect yourself?
Shut up. You were just lucky that your company was able to become so successful. And I'm sure that since you're making $300,000 a month now, you only see me as a parasite or something latched onto you. I bet you have fun making fun of me when I'm not around to defend myself.
So in other words, you're wanting to say that it was luck that brought me all this money and success? You have no right saying that to me when you used your dad as a way of getting into his company so that you never had to try. I know all about that, bud. You used your dad's position as the CEO in order to force the company to hire you, even though you ended up being the worst decision that company ever made. That's why you were fired in a week after being hired in. Goes to show just how brainless of a little parasite you are, Jay.
What?
That's the reason you were able to get a job there without having to try during the interview. And that made your mom so happy because you reminded her of your dad, who was actually quite amazing. But that's the thing. It was all a lie because you are nothing like your dad. But it's too late now because your mom has been led to believe you are an elite businessman, and she's now going to keep thinking that until the end of her time.
Why do you know all of this?
There was someone within that company who had requested I come in and work on some new security software for the company. And so, of course, I accepted the request and was able to find out all sorts of things from other employees while in the office. I'm sure you never knew this, but I happen to run one of the top companies in security software in the world. And my company happens to manage more companies than yours could even count.
What?
When I found out about why they weren't able to work on their own security software in such a large company, I was shocked. It turned out to be because you went and took the software that the company had been using and sold it off to another competing company while you started work there. All to make a little extra money right off the bat.
So you've known? You've known about it all? That happened over a year ago now.
And I learned that while I was with you, but I assumed you had paid the fines and all that back to the company when you were fired. And I thought that the punishment was enough to teach you to never do anything like that again. So that's why I never said anything about it to you.
Is that right? Crap, what the hell? So you had all of this stored away, waiting to unleash it when the timing was in your favor. You jerk.
Excuse me? You were supposed to be sorry about what happened and apologize to me for it. Are you freaking kidding me right now, Jay?
Shut up. I've had enough of this. I'm sure you want to tell my mom about all of this now. You want to show her that I can't do anything right? You want to show her that her only son was never able to become like his dad. And that he's a total lost cause.
I was trying to show you that fighting back was not worth it. Yet you're still not going to just accept that you've lost? I'm sure it must have sucked to be raised in a house where your father was so successful and your mother wanted to pressure you so often into being like him. But Jay?
It was hell for me. But I'm sure that someone with luck on their side like you would never be able to sympathize with it. And that's why you've always been looking down on me like that.
You were the one always looking down on me, you idiot!
I was?
I was lucky for this, I was lucky for that. Did you never see how hard I had to work to get this company of mine into the shape it's in now? I get that you only ever care about yourself and never minded the work I was doing, but I did not get to where I am now due to any luck. I had to sacrifice a lot of my time and money to make it here, and that's why I make the big bucks now. And besides, you were the one asking for a life of trouble the moment you used your dad's likeness to get into that company and then steal and sell the security software. I have every right to look down on you for that.
What? You think you could talk to me that way? You've done it now.
I'm going to keep saying things like this until the day you shut the hell up and leave. All you are is a waste of life on this planet. A waste of food, a waste of oxygen, a waste of water. Are you going to try blaming me for all of your problems again and run away?
Shut the hell up. You have no idea what kind of things I've been through.
I don't want to have any idea either now, you idiot. Hey, Rhonda, a notice for the payment of this place's rent just came in the mail. I'm asking you to please pay the rent for this month, please. I'm not paying that. Go ahead and ask that elite businessman's son of yours to pay. He's nothing like the liar I am and is a total and complete success, like his father. I had to kick Jay out of my house. He was just like you had told me, unemployed. And when kicking him out, he didn't say a single word back to me for it. And you should have known about him lying to you long before. But instead, you labeled me as a liar and ran away from the truth I was showing you. Well, you have no idea how hard it is for me as a mother to accept all of that from you about Jay. You're right, I don't have any idea about how that feels. But I do understand what you were thinking at the time. You couldn't accept the fact that he was anything but elite, and you chose to consciously ignore the truth to keep that lie alive. I did not! Well, in the end, you had to throw your son out, right? And the reason for that? Because he's not the son you wanted to believe he was after all, and couldn't bear looking at him anymore. Hey, I'm asking you to please help me out here. I'm not going to be able to pay the rent for this place, and if I'm kicked out of this place, there will be no place for me to go. Things are going to be really tough for you from here on. You're going to have to pay the settlement I've asked for as well, so be ready for that in the mail. What? I've chosen to sue you, Bonita. I was hit in the head with a tray by you, and every single day you'd harass me while I tried to work. I have recordings of all these events, so be ready for the settlement, please. Remember that pen you broke? That happened to have a microphone in it so I could record you. Wait a second! After all of the things you already put me through, and yet you're still not done with me? Wasn't it you that had been harassing me for the longest time now, even when it was really time for you to stop all of that? If I'm not able to get back at you for all that, then I'm never going to be able to let this rest. Please, forgive me. I've put a lot of thought into all that's happened now. Not happening. Had it only been me you messed with, I might be able to forgive you a little, but you even began making fun of my parents. I'm already in the works of preparing for a court case with my lawyer, so you'd better start preparing yourself as well. No way, that's… What the hell should I… What? What? What's wrong, Bonita? All the lights just went out and the room's gone pitch black. They are cutting off the power to the place now because it hasn't been paid. What the actual hell am I going to do now? Bonita, well, isn't this all awesome for you? You always loved making the house go completely black by flipping the breaker, right? After that, as I had been telling Bonita, I took her to court and won the case that I made. And on that day, the judge told her that she'd have to pay me a settlement of $20,000, and it needed to be paid in full to me. Only a day after the court case, she was then kicked out of the place for not being able to pay rent and had to move to the streets. She was not able to afford the settlement at all and had to take out a massive loan in order to pay me. As of right now, she's been working a job at a supermarket where she works all day long, and during the night will sneak in and sleep there. When it comes to what happened to Jay after being kicked out of the house by his mom, he left town and tried his best at starting life from square one. But of course, he doesn't have the drive to do that and ended up going right back to doing whatever the hell he was doing instead of finding a job. Well, at least one of those two actually has the ability to work a proper job and will be doing so for the rest of their life now, I'm sure. I once really wanted to support him in his dreams of starting a business, but so much time has passed and I'm glad to see that I stopped supporting him back then. As for myself, I've moved into a new home and am relaxing while getting all the work I need to get done, and in peace. The number one thing that I've learned from all of this is that the power can go out at any minute, and so I must always be sure to back up all my data every few hours. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.